Jack, you mentioned Erykah Badu, and you had said that you are related.
Yeah.
Faith is related. And you had mentioned that your relation, kind of the family tree of it all.
Just like Snoop is related to Brandy and
yeah,
Ray
I just
J.
saw Instagram posted a list of people who are related. I was like, oh shit. Like there's a lot.
Most people in the industry are related.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that interesting? Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Think about it. Look at Wanye right now with his sons.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why he signed them to marry. I don't get it. The bitch can't read. Why would you trust a contract coming from a bitch that can't read? Clearly she didn't write it. And if she can't read, then clearly she didn't read it. So who's writing the fucking contract that those kids signed?
Yeah.
It ain't her.
Yeah.
And guess what? Considering the deal their father signed, I don't know. Boyz II Men got fucked. They got raped by Michael Bivins. Raped. And I'm not saying sexual assault. I'm talking about pocket.
Yeah, man.
Right through.
Very bad.
They had one of the worst recording contracts ever. It was almost as if Michael Bivins was like having like PTSD from New Edition being a child star and said, I'm gonna find some real talented guys.
We're gonna do this again.
And I'm gonna fuck them over worse than we did. So we can say it happened to somebody else.
That's PTSD for you. Like we're gonna make them relive it. Make them relive it. Goddamn.
Why would you do that to another artist?
Yeah.
Why would you sit there and say, man, we had the #1 record and we were still on food stamps, and then force your group to do that?
Hey, man.
Why would you do that?
To be your own people.
You want to know how fucked off it was for Big Mike at the end of his run before he had to leave Boyz II Men?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please.
Let me tell you how bad his finances had gotten after his wife ran through what lump sum of money they had on that god-awful soul food restaurant that lacked soul and promptness. 6 hours to get a turkey wing platter. 6 hours. We used to call it opening to get it in time for dinner. Get your order in as soon as they open if you want to have it by 6. That was the joke around Voorhees.
Jeez.
Jill bought their house. She got it cheap. It would have been a $750,000 home back then, but they were forced to knock $250,000 off the top because of the structural damage. Apparently, they weren't able to take care of that home. It was riddled with termites. He said the only thing holding it up was the paint. They needed the money. So Jill squeezed. And they sold that house for very much more than $400,000 less what it was worth. And they broke even.
So,
is it the way you hate me, baby? That was my cousin Alma that sang that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. The apple don't fall far.
You don't want to diss me,
The apple don't fall far.
You don't want to diss me. I know you. Bitch. Wait a second. Did you hear what I just said? Michael Bivins fucked over Boyz II Men. And when Big Mike got sick, apparently there wasn't enough money available to help them through their hard times.
That's how it goes.
They didn't even promote that soul food restaurant. Damn. I mean, I can understand why it was some nigga shit, but maybe if they had got some real help, Maybe they could have hired somebody to come in and help manage it. But no, they had to be a self-ran business because they couldn't afford to hire anyone. Why not? Like, why was there not a moment where Michael Bivins said, I really did fuck y'all over. I see this nigga struggling, and this shit that happened to him ain't even his fault. Yo, nigga, let me slide y'all $5 million. Just because for you and your family, say your house. No. He was left to go bankrupt and be forced to sell to a vulture like Jill Scott, who was also an artist and knew how bad that family was struggling and took that as an opportunity to get a very, very large-scale home in a lovely, lovely white Jewish neighborhood for cheap.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
I mean, I'm just like, you could have said, I know you guys don't want to walk away from your home, but at least let me pay you full value because I got the money. And I want to see y'all be okay. She knew they were going to have to forfeit on that mortgage, and she squeezed. She was kinder to that damn dog.
Oh, man. Putter? What's his name?
Flutter, yeah.
God,
you gave the dog an idiot name, and you wonder why he shat in your shoe. The fuck is Flutter? What does that mean?
Yeah,
Oh, it's the sound his feet make. That's your fault, bitch. You named him nothing. How you gonna... like, Flutter, I used to hate that shit. And he hated kids. And he barked at people's feet. Like, he was fucked up.
Oh, man.
I can see why Lizzo says she shouldn't make no babies.
Oh, man.
I mean, that was her husband.
So,
He should have known her best.
Yeah, let me
She
say
wrote
this.
a whole song about it. It was a hit record. Want to hear it?
It's not for rich. Oh, shit.
Turn on a black radio station on Sunday where they sell bullshit all the time.
Jack, I want to ask.
Nothing progressive.
I have to say, most people that watch our interviews or your interviews as of late, the main question that comes up is, how does she know? Was she there? So
Yeah.
I want to do it like this. I'm gonna name some names.
Sure.
And I want to know, were you around them?
Sure.
I would like to start for what everybody knows is Jay-Z.
What about him?
Were you around him, and what capacity were you around him? Was it strictly? Was it only
NDAs
unplugged?
in my life.
Okay.
Both of them were with Mr. Carter.
Wow.
Ask me what you want to know, and I'll answer what I can.
Let's just start with the base level. Business, personal.
Both.
Both.
And spiritual.
And spiritual. Okay.
We believe in the same power. We don't believe in appropriating it the same way.
Can I ask you this? For you, did you find joy in the business or pleasure? And when you answer that, I'm gonna flip it on him. Do you feel he found joy in the business or pleasure part of that? Or spiritual?
He is the most shameful thing I've ever done. There is nothing that I experienced with that person that has not inspired shame except for Unplugged. That was the purest moment. For me, it was all done in love for music, love for all that was there, love for the culture. I hate the fact that we did it all for a culture vulture. For someone who never truly had the capacity to appreciate that moment in time, to steal it from the masses hide it, to cloak it. I put it up on Philadelphia last year when we launched. You know how many people came to the network to see that show that they never got to see? You know what's great about this year? I still got the footage.
There you go. There you go.
And in 1 week, Jay-Z unplugged the actual whole concert from beginning to end will be viewed and able to be viewed on realjag.com. Come and see the history. Come and see the power of that moment, the amazing things that we did with our bodies and our minds and our spirits. There was not one person in that room that was not elevated that night. And everyone in that room would be a liar if they said that I wasn't responsible for 75% of it. I understand and I lament and I cry and I grieve for Chris Brown's frustration because I know what it's like to be the fucking best and they won't let you be. I just decided I was going to find another way. I'm going to burn it all to the fucking ground. Fuck you all. None of you have the right to police God's gift. And what fucking gives a man a right to think that he gets to place a monetary value on a gift from God and then enforce it with treachery and barbary? Like, you fucking pimping God's gift? Most of y'all don't even fucking pay taxes to the God you serve. Fucking cheating. Shell corporation after shell corporation. Fuck you mean, like, cruelty-free artistry. That's the challenge. Can we make albums without a sexual assault involved? Can we make albums without peeping Toms looking in girls' green rooms and dressing rooms? Can we make albums without the girls in the videos being sodomized right before they were thrown on camera and told to smile? Otherwise, they were gonna get sodomized again, but sniff this shit and you'll be okay. Like, can we release projects without any of that kind of shit happening? Because right now, if you go back and look at everything that's being exposed, I think it would be fair to say that if albums had to be guaranteed cruelty-free, 75% of most music wouldn't even fucking come out.
I can see that.
Drill records wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
People talking about, I'm bringing down our people. Let's talk about drill music.
Yeah.
Let's make that make sense.
It will never.
You encourage criminal behavior. And then when that's not enough to keep the audiences excited, you encourage barbaric behavior. And then they die and then they're famous. Like most drill artists who go all the way up, if I'm correct, don't most of them end up either shot in jail for murder or dead? Like, ain't that the...
Yeah, that's facts.
I mean, that's how it works. Your record go #1 and now you on trial for unaliving people.
That's facts.
Let's not even go that far. Let's talk about the disappearance of Lizzo. Are we gonna put Lizzo on a milk carton?
I mean, I think South Park just...
I think it's time to put Lizzo on a milk carton, baby.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
I mean, she body shamed her workers.
She body shamed her workers?
Yeah.
Or did someone pay her workers to say she body shamed them? Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a
shit.
minute. Let me
Yeah.
What the fuck?
See?
See, 'cause
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
No. We finna get into it. People always say, I ain't got no receipts, right? Got it. Fuck you mean.
Here we go.
Let me put it here. I'm gonna go back to February 2023.
Oh. Okay.
What happened February 2023 of last year other than my second ex-husband blowing up our car? What happened? The Grammys happened if I'm correct.
Grammys, Super Bowl?
The Grammys happened. I was in Phoenix.
Oh yeah, the Grammys.
For the Grammys.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. All right, so this was in Chicago. Actually, no, that wasn't in Chicago. That was in Joliet after we escaped Chicago.
Okay, wait a minute.
Hold on a second. All right, yep. Here we are, yeah. Palm trees, yeah. Tempe. And Lizzo won. Hold on a second. Yup, here we go.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Uh-oh.
Hold it close.
Wait. Having this shit was demonic as fuck. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let me turn.
Pause it. Take the mic out of your pocket.
Take the mic out of my pocket? Where is it? Oh. Is it dying?
Yeah, lay it next to you.
Is it too hot? It's getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Hey.
Bring that right on back.
Okay, so here we go. Ain't that funny how I was able to go right to it?
Right, found it.
All right, hold on a second. Let me get over here and let me turn my Bluetooth off. Okay, now let's get back here. Let's get back into this. Now this post, Jaguar Wright was live 69 weeks ago.
Oh, man, let's go.
Congrats at Lizzo. Now, this is, hold on a second. No. Let me go back to the actual post. All right, so this is what it says. And 14,170 views, blah, 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 blah. Jaguar Wright, congrats at Lizzo. It's about damn time. At Recording Academy, you got it right this time. Album of the year. Yes. February 5th, 2023. Now listen to what I said. Album of the year. You gotta love Lizzo. You gotta love her. That's what I'm talking about. Queen. That's Gerald. Queen. This is a big deal. Yep. This is a huge deal. That's right. Yay, Lizzo. They don't have the volume up. Hold on, there's more. It's buffering. I wonder why. Doja ain't got them spells down packed. She ain't win the album of the year. I said Doja ain't got them spells down packed. Wait a minute.
And Doja don't.
Wait a minute. Let me see if I can
got them incantations.
That's what I'm talking about. Queen. This is a big deal. Yep. This is a huge deal. That's right. Yay, Lizzo. They don't have the volume up. No, Doja ain't got them spells down packed. She ain't win the album of the year. And all Lizzo did was eat fried chicken and sing her songs. That's all you gotta do. Good. I know her mama proud. I her mama proud. Go, Liz.
About damn time.
It's about damn time. Oh, listen to me. I already won my awards. I have a wonderful husband. I have amazing children. And I got a voice that only God could create. Your demonic ass. Sit your ass down. And stop putting money in Blue Ivy account trying to hide assets. All y'all finna be indicted. That's okay. This is about Lizzo. That's right. You better jump up and down. They keep...
She praising her.
No, she not. She's sitting there cursing her.
I'm talking about
She's
Beyonce.
sitting up there with the smile, bitch, you gonna die tonight. And then I'm gonna come and take that award off your corpse because it belongs to me. That woman ain't never been happy for nobody in her life, not even herself.
Just me talking about Beyonce.
I just hope that Lizzo watch herself. Because when you win this big, they come for you the hardest. Y'all make sure y'all keep Lizzo prayed up. She don't even know it, but she just made a lot of enemies winning. A lot of enemies. Congrats, Lizzo. We're praying for you and your continued success. All right, y'all. I'll check in later.
Damn, Jag. Shit, you. Power of the tongue, I guess. I don't know, man. Like,
we see Lizzo and they make something about
February
her. February
5th, 2020. February 5th, 2023. 2 days after my second ex-husband blew up my car. We was out with Chatty Patty, Patrice Garner, who doxed my address this year. Yeah. Now, anyway. She won Album of the Year. The only Grammy Beyonce has still never won in 29 Grammys. 29 Grammys and never once Album of the Year.
Jay-Z said, he spoke on it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I would call it speaking. I would definitely call it ranting.
Mm-hmm.
But Lizzo won the prize that Beyonce can't. Apparently, 29 attempts and just quit. I'd stop, that ain't your award, You got the rest of them. You got lots of duplicates and singles, Yeah. Just be happy. Got a bunch of trap trophies you can't do shit with. Ain't worth no monetary value at all, just idols for people to worship. But I just find it interesting that Lizzo won. And in the middle of her speech, she literally stopped and praised Beyonce and said she felt bad that she won over Beyonce.
God damn.
On the biggest night of her life, she's literally showing remorse for winning. That's how intimidating the Carters have been.
That's saying a lot.
And then the next thing you know, 3 weeks later, the rumor mill starts. Lizzo's a mean girl. Lizzo don't like skinny girls. Lizzo eats fried chicken and throws the bones at her dancers and shit like.
Shit like that. Yeah.
And guess what? Not once did anybody bother to see where it all started. Think of, what's his name? The fucking guy who started the Bill Cosby shit. The first guy to take a shot at Bill Cosby right before it went crazy, remember?
I remember somebody
he told
saying
the
Bill
joke. And everybody, Remember?
Yeah.
He was the guy that started it off, and then boom, and then the next thing you know, Bill Cosby was all up in the Me Too shit, right?
Yeah.
Now, he was a failed comedian who had been struggling. Right after that, his project, he got his first sitcom greenlit. Pilot never aired. Now, the most important part of that story is this. What was his name again?
What was his name again?
Other than the guy who was talking bad about his people, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a whole comedian. He wouldn't be able to stand on that stage if it wasn't for the efforts of Bill Cosby, whether he was a predator or not.
Yeah.
And they paid you to take a shot at that old man. And all you left with is a punchline from an ODB lyric. Introducing your fuck that nigga name. Because we don't remember it, do we, gentlemen? You know,
look him up, Janet.
nobody bothers to ask about, but nobody bothers to ask about these bad actors and these agitators. Everything was cool with Prince. He went through the fight, and then the next thing you know, Sinead O'Connor, who he helped make famous, never had a hit outside of him, starts accusing him of sexual assault out of nowhere. And a couple other people corroborated, and then the next thing you know, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, and then it wasn't true, and then it was true, and then it wasn't this, and then it wasn't that, and it was blah, 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 and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. When's the last time anyone saw Sinead O'Connor on tour?
90s?
Lisa Stansfield gets more gigs. They're from the same era. They should at least be able to play the same bill. Wonder why not?
Let me throw one.
I'm just,
Yeah, hey, now you going there. You going there.
Or the fact that they're now talking about maybe Chris Lighty didn't unalive himself. And they're starting to look at the pattern that the Diddler had with arguing with certain label executives that passed away shortly after those arguments. Like Chris Lighty or Shaquan, who Kim Porter was dating. He beat her after that.
Yeah, Shaquan.
I get what I want.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said that. I get what I want. He said that.
I'm an animal.
Yeah, he said that. He said that.
You know, wait a minute. Check this out. He was telling the truth, wasn't he?
Hey, he was on it.
Why didn't we believe him? I killed my mother to get ahead. Why didn't we believe him?
We should have.
He said it. Donald Trump said, I could shoot a man in the face in the middle of Fifth Avenue in broad daylight, and y'all do nothing to me.
Yeah, that's a whole nother issue.
You want to know what's funny? He said, grab him by the pussy. Stormy Daniels turned around and grabbed him by the balls.
Hey.
Of all the things to get him for, that lying bitch.
Got him by the balls. Got him by the balls.
This is a woman that gets paid for her time. What would make you think you couldn't pay her for her words?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The
Kennedys never got arrested for all the shit they did with Marilyn Monroe. They did a lot of shit. They were sharing brothers.
Will America care? Will America care?
No.
No.
Want to know why?
Please.
Because it's all entertainment.
Another episode of Apprentice.
It's all entertainment. Do you know how many times I've heard people say things about my very real life like, She's unlocking a new character.
I seen that.
I want you to think about how strange that sounds. Imagine, Rook, you and Angel go out to dinner with your son here, and he brings his new girlfriend along. And y'all get on social media after taking pictures of the dinner, and somebody said, "Oh shit, Rook just unlocked a new character." I wonder how long she's gonna last.
Facts. That's facts.
Who the fuck talks like that in real life?
No, Jack. Yeah.
I'm serious.
No, you're right, Jack. We see you go through a personal situation, and then we're watching it unfold. Then the ad break comes on, commercial.
Yeah.
And then we're waiting, and then we go back, click back, and let's get back. I'm like,
don't forget to buy your feminine hygiene products. No, have you seen the way they line the ads up? Yo, you can tell they clutch on that AI. Wait a minute. You'll hear niggas, especially in the Jaguar Wright sector, it'll be an argument. You dirty bitch. You stanky pussy bitch. Your mouth, bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Your mammy should have swallowed your daddy before he nutted in a pussy, bitch. Did it. And then the commercial stops. Have you, are you feeling a little dry today?
little feminine hygiene.
I'm like, hold up. Y'all making these niggas feel important. You're scoring they bullshit.
God damn.
All of that brand admin. The AdSense ain't even AdSense. They fucking sitting here pimping off of your ignorance, and you ain't even smart enough to ask why you don't get a bigger cut. So much for YouTube CCs.
So,
you know, I feel sorry for the ones who really didn't get a chance to see what it was like to be a content creator earning at $250,000 status, $500,000 status. Y'all know for yourselves. Y'all been here, what, 14 years?
14.
And in that time, let's just be honest, I think you guys hit the million by now.
I'm gonna
put it to you this way.
I wish.
After tomorrow, I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no, seriously. After tomorrow, it's gonna be a no-brainer. As a matter of fact, it's so phoned in that it's like this is kind of what we've been building up towards 14 years. So, and let me just get your thoughts on this, and let's speak on this because something may happen.
What?
Gene Deal.
My bro?
Your bro.
It's so late. I wonder if he awake.
Oh,
you know what? It's so late. It might be early.
It might be early.
Hold on a second. No, because my bro asked me to call him, and I promised him I would.
You might have to. If you want to just say hello real quick, if he answers, that'll be amazing.
Let's see if my bro answers.
Let's get him to Dallas.
I don't know. We'll see.
No, son. Reallyfe Street Stars. He's napping. He's
sleep.
Okay. All right, Gene. Next.
Because he be slow.
Yeah, no.
Go. All right, that's it.
And I'm just curious. A Gene Deal.
I called. There's evidence.
There's evidence. You called. It's on record now. When you see Keefe D trial about to start, Gene Deal speaking on the errors of what happened in the 90s. You have child actors, Orlando Brown, things like that nature. For what he speaks, Gene, for what you speak, for what these other victims are coming out and speaking who don't have voices as loud as yours.
Yeah.
What is the overall end result you feel happens once these voices get strong enough to reach the masses, the heavens, and let it rain down on society?
Well, the truth is the program is programming. I don't think we're taking into consideration exactly how active AI is in our society now. I'm in LA. I'm at the Grove, and I'm looking at self-driving passenger cars, Ubers, Lyfts. I'm watching robots take over the world. I'm watching people, like for instance, perfect example, on my way here. You said the man put in the thing that he deaf.
He put that he was deaf, Jack.
Got it. So if he's deaf, we should not have been able to have a conversation. Not a fluid conversation where I can specifically ask him something and he can specifically answer me appropriately. That would be kind of hard for a deaf person to do, correct?
20 years ago.
No.
Okay.
Chat GPT 4.0.
Got it. So now, if he's deaf, even if he's wearing a cochlear implant, it should still be a slight challenge to have multiple conversations at one time. So how is this deaf man who was driving me and Andrew around able to tell me that he had a hard time listening to people give him directions because he's so used to listening to the AI give him directions? And I tried to tell him a shorter way to get here without having to get onto the highway because he's still using Google Maps and not Waze. I don't understand. But no, I'm just saying, if you really want to get somewhere, you're going to use Waze. If you want to try to get somewhere, you'll use Google Maps. Even though they're both owned by the same, but yeah, it's definitely a try with good. It's very trying with Google Maps. But at the end of the day, I said, just go straight. And then you hear, in 350 feet, turn left. And guess what? I said, the human said, go straight. And he turned left. And I said, you really having a hard time dealing with this human versus AI thing? I said, what is it that makes you trusting, so trusting, to trust what the machines say over the person who's actually driven these streets? Because I was a Lyft driver here. I said, matter of fact, I was such a good Lyft driver, I could show you how to get to this destination without using GPS at all. Just listen to me. We drive a little further. Turn right. Go straight. He turns right. So I see you're still struggling with this human versus AI thing, because I could have told. I'm trying real hard to, I'm just so used to. And I'm like, wow. So when you told me the man was deaf, I was totally caught by surprise. Because we had quite the conversation. And he made it very clear that when it came to taking directions, he wanted to get it from the Siri and fuck old Jag. Bitch, you a human. I'm gonna trust this machine. You've been getting lost. This machine just had us sitting behind the train tracks for 20 minutes. When I told you to go up the street, we could have been there. We sitting on the train track. I'm like, yo, have you thought about backing up? I don't know. I'm late. Oh no, here comes the train. Yeah, but if you had just told me there was no train that way, that was no, I guess that's when he was deaf. I don't know. Is selective deafness? I don't know. But whatever the case may be, I just think we need to embrace the fact that we're not keeping it real about our world. We don't give a fuck about humanity anymore. We don't give a fuck about each other anymore. We trust humans more than we trust ourselves. And it says it in the Bible. The mark of the beast will be in the hand or in the head. The Neuralink is a chip that gives the human brain the ability to operate and function like a computer. Now, it's not easy to get. You might need $1 billion, but Elon will hook you up. You know, get you all AI ready. You don't even need a phone to make phone calls anymore. You don't have to use computers anymore. This is where the world is going. Motorola said last year, they made an announcement in March before I went into Parkland when my second ex-husband had me registered as crazy and drugged for days. You know, just how I know too, see. But they said it. They made the announcement. Starting 2030, all cell phones will be bio inside your right hand. Chip in your head, chip in your hand. Technology is the mark of the beast. It's very simple. And yet people won't accept it. It says in the Bible, an intelligent man will know the number of man is 666. For whatever reason, humanity wants to believe that the only language that ever existed was the English language. There were a lot of languages that existed long before English. And numbers were invented late in the game of life and literature. It was all symbols, especially coming from Kemet, Egypt. The number 6, the symbol for it, in Latin numerology is W. What did we used to have to type before they started making it a ghost so you didn't have to acknowledge you were writing 666, 666, 666, 666 all day, all night?
What is www? What is it?
No, that's the acronym we gave it. That's the acronym we gave it. It never had a name.
Wow.
It was just www. Somebody invented that World Wide Web shit. Anybody could put a name on something. What do you call it? A non-disclosure agreement, an NDA. What do I call it? A nigga don't ask. It means the same thing. Why don't we want to accept what's right in our faces? Want to know why? Because motherfuckers get up and ask this a question before they ask God a question. Matter of fact, I know motherfuckers that's so fucking cold in this motherfucking system shit, that's so fucking caught up in the matrix shit, that they actually think they're praising God when they get online and start praising God for people to see them praising God but didn't pray before they went live. You trusted, you needed to get on that technology before you even prayed and thanked God. How many of us are guilty of that? Even me some days. Even me, like we're there. It says don't bow down to any graven images. And I sat here and I proved to you there's a young man whose music I love, and his own lyric is, I would trade her love for a Grammy. The greatest gifts in life: love, charity. You know, we got a book. It's written in plain English. They might have fucked around with it a little bit, but the meat of it is still there. We're always busy trying to reinterpret it and interpret it and make it mean what we want it to mean, and yet we don't acknowledge it for what it say. We just want to make it mean what we want to make it mean. And that's why I love that movie, The Book of Eli, with Denzel Washington and Gary Oldman. And the coldest line in that whole film was when they kept asking Gary Oldman, why do you keep sending us to get killed by this guy for this fucking book? We bring you books all the time. What's so special about this book? He said, you don't understand. It's the words in the book. if I read these words, they'll do whatever I say because it comes from the book. He was talking about the Bible. And the one thing he proved is this. Those words are very valuable, whether you're using them for the right thing or whether you're using them for the wrong thing. Jesus Christ goes to the synagogue, gets upset because he don't like what's happening. There's more money handling and more judging going on than people actually getting their souls fed and actually really having fellowship and really seeing it in each other to come closer to God. No, it didn't look nothing like that. He flipped out. He had something to say about it. And he said, my Father said, his house is to be a house of worship for all people. That means you, all people. No separation. All people means all people. Yet we have 80 million fucking denominations and we're arguing about the same God. No, he's my God. No, my God's better than, no, my God don't, no, because my God, like I think we keep forgetting the program was designed to make the mind trust the program. So much so to the point where you don't even realize you're doing it when you're doing it. Even me. The difference between me and most people is I know where I'm wrong and I try to improve it. I don't let myself make it. A lot of people let themselves make it. That's why it's easy to let monsters make it. Because you see something in them that reminds you of yourself. Now you think about the diddler. And everybody that wanted to be his friend, everybody that bragged about being his friend, everybody that bragged about going to Diddy parties, and if you want to be rich and if you want to be famous, you got to make it to a Rock Nation brunch or a Diddy party. Newsflash, Jay-Z's still on a milk carton. Not even the devil's friends are loyal. We got to get real. It's time to get real. And in the conversations that we've been planning to have and share with the world, especially this next conversation, all I ask is that everybody that's watching, stop thinking this shit is entertainment. Acknowledge it as real. We're not here to entertain you. Yeah, you might find some of the shit we say entertaining, so the fuck do we? But the difference between us and y'all is we had to laugh to keep from crying. Y'all just laugh. Big fucking difference. We're able to laugh about the shit that we live through. Y'all are just laughing at it because you find it entertaining. Fuck wrong with y'all? I don't like most of the shit that I saw. I was in a position where I was forced to see some things. I had to learn how to live with it. Yeah, I can make fun of it. Shit, some days I had to just to get through it. Why the fuck you laughing? You know? Has anybody ever really thought about it that way? We on that program. It's time to switch the program. We're living in a world where Donald Trump is being arrested for absolutely nothing that he did wrong and not being acknowledged for some of the mistakes that he made. This fucking shit is crazy. Trump?
Where we at?
We was all friends January 6th, and now ain't nobody fucking with him.
Shit crazy.
That's the problem that I got. Acknowledge your friends. Keep that same energy.
Amen.
Period. And I think that's why most people despise me at times, sometimes downright hate me. Is because at the end of the day, I'm gonna keep it a fucking bean. And I'm not keeping it a bean for you, I'm keeping it a bean for me. Because every day I'm honest about who I am and what I've done and what I've lived and how it's affected the people that I love in my community and the world at large. While I'm dealing with that, I'm still dealing with me. Still begging forgiveness every day for the people I left behind, the people I stepped over, the people I stepped on. But see, that's the difference between them and me. I could say all of that. I could say I've done it and ain't shit I can do to change it. But what I can do is admit that we were wrong, break this shit, and give it to the future. Why is everybody so against handing the future to the future? Think about it. Think about the list. When I go and I look at the shorts, the one I think I'm most proud of is the list. When I look at those comments and I read those comments, and you guys are always saying, Jag, you should read the comments, you should read the comments, and I never do. But I'm glad you guys started getting me to do that, because I never realized how much information they scrubbed that people can't get. But you got people like me, and you got people like Gene Deal. You know? You got people like Kat, people that have been in the trenches, who do remember. And maybe there's a detail that they forgot to scrub. And now there's a thread. See? We don't talk in code or talk cryptic because we're trying to make it entertaining. This shit is dangerous. There's not a day that's gone by in the past 4 years that I don't acknowledge that because of what I choose to do, I might lose my life today. That's a reality. Now, I could let that freak me out. I could let that make me scared. Or I could say, I got good friends, people that believe in me. And I'm just going to keep going full throttle until I can't go no more. Whether I'm stopped or God calls me, it's all the same either way. He's in charge. So what do we get done with today? If today is all we got left, let's say today was the last day, what did we do with today? Did we make a difference? Did we open up a door? Did we possibly create a new perception, maybe a new path? Are we getting somewhere? Are we starting to realize that somewhere along the way, we allowed them to tell us that our regular lives don't deserve to be celebrated and we gotta want this shit? You wanna know why Neo Soul was great? Because we celebrated normal life. We wrote songs about family reunions. Shit you did. We wrote songs about, hard relationships between mothers and daughters. We wrote songs about the joys of family. We wrote songs about the pain of heartbreak. We wrote about the shit that y'all did. When you hear Far Away From Here by Kindred, you hear a family in struggle who's just waiting, you know what I mean, for that moment where they can get far away from here. How many people feel like that every day? You want to know what I know most people don't feel like every day? Like they need to write 8 times in a song that they wear every chain that they own. When do we hear, you know, it's gotten to the point now where the music is so dehumanizing, we don't realize we're not making music for humans anymore. We're making music for animals and impulses. Because the truth is, when real good music does come out, the kids enjoy it too. What did I say earlier? October London. He's there, Raheem Devon. Clearly, it still has value. Why don't we promote it more? We gotta figure that out. And we gotta change the program. Yeah. Yeah, we here. We up. You ready to go ahead?
That's pretty quiet. I have one question.
Absolutely.
Do you think the end is near?
Which end?
The end.
There's been the end before.
Yeah.
And guess what? Life goes on.
Right.
You know, I'm sure the flood felt like the end, and yet life went on. You know what I mean? I'm sure Hiroshima felt like the end for a lot of people, but life went on. I'm sure there's a lot of things that feel like the end, and yet somehow life goes on. I don't think we need to be worried about an end. I think we need to be worried about right now. Because if you're doing right by right now, the future has a better shot. Stop worrying about all of that shit. Like, we too worried about time, place, and tense. The past is a story. Whatever I did yesterday, that ain't happened today. It's a story I can tell. Maybe it's something I can learn from, or just something funny to tell. Whatever the case may be, it's a story. Until I wake up tomorrow, the future, that shit ain't real. All I got is right now. That's
Amen.
all any of us got is right now. Let's focus on right now. Who's the hottest artist in Dallas that's not being supported by Dallas?
We just had this argument. You just missed this argument. Man, we gonna have that off camera.
Part two,
for sure. Hey, man.
Well, that's a place to end for now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you said a lot of. I watch all your interviews and they just get more and more. I don't think I ever think you can go any deeper, and then you just hit it every single time. I'm always amazed. I don't know what manner of being that you are, but we'll figure it out.
I'm gonna put it to you this way. I'm a person that chooses to want to be my higher self.
Amen.
And I'm willing to go through every level of fire to earn it clean. You know, carnage, even within oneself, can be helpful. Sometimes we don't realize how sick we are with the shit that we're doing. You know? Ain't nothing wrong with a fresh start.
Yeah.
No matter how old you are.
Amen.
Am I wrong, Ange?
No, I'm not wrong now.
Yep. Second win, third win for some of us. And you keep on going.
Well, I know one thing that you are, and that is a real life street star.
1 million!
Right now.
1 million!
Hey, part one in the books. Let's turn it off.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Stars, nigga. Move it. Hey.
So,
Jag, in the zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice?
my weapon of choice?
Yeah. I'm just curious.
That's a hard choice.
Yeah, but so we got to think about it like that.
Yeah.
You would kill a motherfucker.
I'm just saying.
You got to think, ooh, how do I want to do them? How do I want to do them?
No, I mean,
bayonet, you know, ain't that a bayonet with the shotgun on it?
Everyone would think that a shotgun or a rifle would be the go-to.
Close range.
But the thing is what happens if it jams? What happens when you run out of ammo? Now you have to readjust your thinking and you have to readjust your strategy.
Facts.
But if you're just worried about physical fitness, agility, and practice, you're going to go with a machete, you're going to go with a knife.
Yeah.
Or you're going to go with a bow and arrow. Especially if you got a crossbow, if you're lucky enough to have one of those gorgeous things.
Daryl Dixon.
It keeps you focused. It keeps you it keeps you always present. When you're shooting a gun, you trust that the gun is going to get the job done. When you're swinging a knife, you have to trust that you're going to make sure it gets done. It's something different. Even the same with crossbow and arrow. There's a certain moment where your target and you know this shit is happening. Like if you've ever taken down a deer, they know you see them right before you release. They accept it.
Damn,
you got them. And it's just, they freeze. Where the hint, deer in the headlight.
There you go.
I wish human beings were that simple.
Bayonet, still. Bayonet, still. Old school musket, bayonet, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Rook, what you going with? Zombie vibes.
I like the machete to up and close and personal.
Up close and personal. What about you?
A glaive.
Glaive. Oh, you're going biblical. Okay. All right.
It's basically a bow with a long ass knife on the end. I can do the up close and cut from long distance.
You going Samurai Showdown? You go.